All right, shower is completed. That's not okay.
Oh, I just saw the gnat again.
That's not okay, in my opinion. Oh! I've ordered takeout. Yes, I have. I'm using a literal butter knife right now.
Tried my first bite of food. It dribbled on me a little bit.
One day I will be a plus size influencer who has died. That is crazy.
This video is so raw, you guys. Fuck.
Damn, what a real bitch is that?
Hey there YouTube, it's me Hens, and I'm back with Amberlynn for part 4 of her Q&A series about nothing, because she doesn't do anything with her life. It's called Opening Up About My Relationship with Tommy/Emily, Foster Care, and tea on reaction channels. What tea do you have, Amber? Before we get into it, if you're enjoying my reactions and like my channel, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're not already, and consider a channel membership if you really want to help support the channel to grow. And really just the interaction is all you need to do. Anything else is a bonus, really. Anywho, let's get into the video.
Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So this is the final part in the 4-part series where you guys have asked me 100 questions and I answer 25 in each video. So things—
We didn't ask these questions. Nobody wants to know most of these things. Like, I have a dainty bush.
kind of got heated, I'm not gonna lie. Part 4, like, who knows what's gonna happen. So as a disclaimer, I just feel like I need to say this because I don't know if you guys have seen the other 3 parts, but if you haven't, you definitely should. The reason why I'm doing this is because for the next 10 days, I am gonna be kind of busy and I'm not really gonna have time to edit, but I am gonna—
She wants to just seem so mysterious and busy and interesting. It's so annoying. And she's not very good at it because we know that she's not going to do anything except maybe go out to eat, go drink, go to a casino, go to or like an adult arcade. Nothing actually interesting and different. She's not going to go parachuting. She's not going to go scuba diving. Nothing.
gonna be filming, so don't worry about that. And I wanted to keep my promise and upload every other day for you guys. So in order to do that, sometimes I have to pre-film. So let's get into it. What is the update on the BPD therapist for you? So I was gonna see a BPD therapist when I was in Wisconsin, but they were located in—
I was gonna see a BPD specialist, but then I got high.
Wisconsin.
Ooh.
And I was wasn't thinking at the time, and I do not live in Wisconsin. I live in Oklahoma. So now I have to re-find someone. That's literally the update. Will you consider doing daily weigh-ins for YouTube?
AKA she's playing games with her own mental health. AKA we don't need to give a fuck about it.
YouTube again? I don't think that I'll ever do daily weigh-ins on YouTube again, but for myself, yes. Will I give you guys
Give it a month.
weigh-ins eventually once I start semaglutide? Yes. Am I nervous? Yes. But is it gonna happen? It is. I'm not sure how frequent I'm gonna do these weigh-ins, but they're definitely gonna be here. When was the last time you spoke to your brothers or dad? So I don't speak to my dad by choice. I love him dearly, and that comes—
But she wanted to come on here begging for sympathy for him, but doesn't talk to him and doesn't want anything good for him outside of her getting attention for it.
unconditional, but I do get updates on him because I do worry about him. But the last time I talked to him was probably like a year and a half ago. One of my brothers I messaged just like a week ago, and the other one was probably like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
I'll
babe,
be right back.
baby.
Sorry, guys. So yeah, the last time I spoke to my dad was a year and a half ago, and brothers is like 2 weeks. How tall are you? So I'm 5'3", and every single time I meet a subscriber— okay, I'm not gonna say every single time. See, me and Absolute.
See, she said 5'4" before. She's 5'3" at max. She's probably like 5'1.5".
We just like are best friends or something. A lot of the time when I meet subscribers, people are like, oh my god, like you are so much shorter than I thought you were. For some reason, a lot of people online think I'm like 5'7", 5'8". No, I say I'm 5'3", but I'm like 5'2.5". What is something you want to do on your YouTube channel that you haven't done before? So I thought of this idea because of all the fan art that you guys have been sending me like the whole time I've been on YouTube. But then like me finally showing it to my audience was so fun that I thought of an idea. I kind of want to have like a little contest where people are competing. I'm the judge and there will be a cash prize.
Jordy's so gonna win.
So I haven't really gone into like the logistics of it all and all that, but it's an idea that I'm having and I really think it would be fun to do in 2025. So I'm just putting that out there that there might be a little competition starting soon. Obviously, I will definitely keep you guys updated. You've faced a lot of hate online over the years. Do you ever feel like you deserved some of it, or is there a part of you that feels completely misunderstood? I do not think I have done anything that deserves.
I knew it. I knew she would say that. You've said several things that, on the surface of it, would have gotten most people to have a mass unfollowing at the time. Like, you say stuff about race that's a little bit iffy. You say stuff about, like, poverty and homelessness that's really iffy. The way you are arrogant towards people who are also obese is a little iffy. I don't know, Amber. The way you are with minors is a little bit iffy.
Downright hatred. Criticism, yes. Critique, yes. Opinions, yes. Go for it all day. But stalking, no. Harassment, no. Bullying, no. Hate,
Bully.
no. Do I feel misunderstood? Yes. All of the time. Because I will
Bully,
literally
bully,
say something, do
bully.
something that has one meaning and one explanation, but somehow once it's put on YouTube and everyone watches it and the reaction channels and everyone comments on it, and
Yes, people have a perception and a perspective. It's interesting that you don't understand that and that you think that you can control how everybody thinks. It's almost like you think that you can just have a bunch of mind slaves to do whatever you want. Except that's not how reality and society works. And if you actually interacted with people on a daily basis, you would know that.
it becomes something completely different. And I'm like, what just happened? That's like a big misunderstanding. So yes, I do feel misunderstood. And I know that's like a cliche thing that people say, but like I genuinely deep down don't feel like people understand me. What exactly is your foster care timeline? Because we are all so confused. So it does sound confusing because I was in foster care from the ages
And
of
because the story changes over time, what she said in the Crystal era is not going to be what she's going to say right now.
8 to 18. I was ward of the state. And I know you guys hear me talk a lot about, well, when I was younger, my parents, my dad, my this, my that, my grand.
You also said that you were with your parents when you were in your, like, adolescence, so middle school, high school for a couple of years.
Grandma. And then you guys
For
go,
trials.
but wait a minute, I thought you were in foster care. So let me explain. So I was 8 years old when I was first taken from my parents. That is when I became ward of the state. In and out of foster homes, shelters, and group homes. I was 13 years old when they made the decision, okay, we're gonna give your parents a chance. It's gonna be considered a trial. You're gonna live with them. You're still gonna be ward of the state, but you're gonna live with them and see how they do as parents. That lasted a year and a half. I was then taken again out of my parents' home at 15 and put back and forth, bouncing around. So from 8 to 18, I lived with my parents for a year and a half of that time. But during all this other time
Ew.
of when I was
She just can't be serious. She can't be serious.
in foster homes, group homes,
No
shelters,
matter what.
I was allowed visitation. Visitation always changed depending on my age, how my parents was doing.
I feel like I'm watching that episode of Pokemon when they introduce Mr. Mime from the original series, where he's just waving his hands and does the invisible wall.
Where I was living. Sometimes we were only able to be in like this tiny little room with supervision. Then as I got a little older, all of a sudden my dad was allowed to pick me up. My mom was allowed to pick me up. They were allowed to take me for the day, or they could take me for a couple hours. Like, it was always different. But for the most important times of my life, the first 8 years, I was in a brutal home. Brutal. And then at 8, for a decade, I never knew safety. I never knew home.
Oh, I thought your foster mother that you just lost created a sense of home for you.
I was always with strangers, shelters, group homes. I never even knew that actually while living with my parents. I never knew safety. I never knew warmth. Like, those years are detrimental to a human. And the
Yes.
trauma of my childhood and my teenage years, like, it.
But you don't get help for it. You have ongoing issues from that, and you still don't get help. So, what do you want from us?
Broke me. I was broke.
You're
due to
still
someone
broken.
else's fault.
You are broken. You are broken, not broke.
Having to fix something I didn't break hurts. Wow, that kind of went somewhere else. It's hard.
That's how trauma works, Amber. Do you think everybody asks for the trauma they get? Is that what she's saying? because that's how it's coming off. It's really
For me
disgusting.
to talk about my foster care experience because like it is so painful and real. Like it's the realest thing that's like ever happened to me, but it's touchable to you guys. And the best way for me to explain that is like, I know there's a lot of you who are watching and care about me and love me, so this isn't directed towards you. There's a big portion of people who watch me who really strongly
She's
dislike me and
jiggling a lot now that she's really angry. Let's pay attention to her jiggle.
me, so this isn't directed towards
Jiggle,
you.
jiggle,
There's a
jiggle,
big portion of
jiggle,
people who watch
jiggle.
me who
Her
really strongly
shoulder
dislike
is
me
jiggling.
and twist everything that I say and call me a liar, etc., etc. I'm afraid for those people to touch that, to touch my foster care experience, because it's something that has transformed my whole life, even as a 34-year-old woman.
Yeah, because you don't get help for it. And if you don't get help for it, you're never going to get better because you're not intelligent enough to enlighten yourself and to work on your own person. You can't do that. You're not reflective like how you think you are.
I don't want the haters to touch that, to twist that, to turn it into something that it's not. And I think that's why, like, I always just in passing mention foster care. I've never, ever gone into detail of what
That's false.
my life was like truly as a child in foster care or out of foster care. Like, I have never gone into detail. I've done like in passing communications about it, but nothing true and deep because I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I am. Were you high
Yeah,
filming the pizza?
that's because you haven't dealt with it. If you actually deal with it, it wouldn't be that big of a deal to you, or it would be something that it wouldn't be triggering to you. You would actually have coping mechanisms and have dealt with the emotional surface level trauma of it so that you can actually think through the pain at that time. You're not going to keep going immediately back into that childhood mentality and not be able to think rationally. That's because you can't fucking deal. That's why you eat like you do.
And Doritos viral video, yes, I had smoked a lot of Delta 8 before that clip. Is there anything that you're keeping from us? Of course, every single YouTuber is keeping something from you, I promise. What state did you grow up in? Because you remind me of the girls I met in California, especially in the way that you talk. Well, you hit the nail on the head because I actually grew up
You hit the nail on the head, except you didn't, because she doesn't talk like people from Northern California.
in California. And since that's the time where you're like growing and you're learning everything, I still have so much California in me. I left
No.
California when I was 18. And it's like since then, I've lived in so many different places and I have learned and experienced different things and different
When she moved in with Destiny, within a month, she started talking in a Southern accent. That's just her being crazy.
accents and this and that because I'm very much the type of person I sometimes like mimic accents. And I
Yes,
know a
you
lot of
do.
people can do that. And it is very much a thing that people do, even with
Don't you dare call it code switching.
without even realizing it. But one accent has always stuck with me, and that's obviously where I was raised, California, because that's truly what's in my heart, and I miss it there so much. Like, California is everything to me. Does the hate
She has the money to live there. She chooses not to.
online towards Tommy reflect your relationship at all? It did in the beginning, and we almost like indefinitely broke up. Like, it was almost over for real, for real. It
We
was
almost
scary,
broke
it was
up.
sad, it was vicious. Like, I felt horrific, like genuinely, for her and for myself. Like, she had never ever experienced something like that, and her mental health got so bad, it genuinely worried me. But we chose love and we chose happiness, and we do that every single day, minus how many people want to tear us apart. What is something you're currently looking forward to? Tommy's actually coming to visit me, and I
No
am
duh.
so freaking excited. You have no idea. Are you going to get your pets microchipped? Like, I never in a
No.
million years thought something would
No.
happen to my babies like that. Like, I genuinely didn't. Like, it feels like a freak accident, but I suck. Accidents happen, and I should have had the microchips
That's a lot to say no.
sooner. But yes, I am. What kind of nutritionist are you seeing? An RDN,
Counting down the
which stands
days.
for a registered dietitian nutritionist. Why won't you confirm or deny anything Alexis said about you and Feline? Because I told Feline that I was not going to talk about her. Yes, I'll say things in passing like this, but I am not going to sit here, talk about our relationship, talk about her as a person. I'm not going to say anything, even if that makes me look horrifically bad. Why do you think people glorify and accept reality TV stars or other YouTubers for doing the same exact things that you do, but yet you get so much hate?
Jesus Christ, Amber. If you're gonna write these long questions, don't fucking put it in the video. Nobody wants to listen to you read it, and then nobody wants to listen to you answer it.
And judgment for the exact same things. I feel like I have talked about this in every language known to mankind. It's because it's fun to
You only know one language. Shut the fuck up.
hate the fat girl. Not only that, but it's fun to hate Amberlynn. It's fun to call her a liar. It's fun to create rumors around her. It's fun to nitpick. There has been a whole
Why are you talking about
community of
yourself in the
people
third person
that
like a
have
fucking
created
crazy
this safe
person?
environment for them. Safe for them, not for me. But there's a whole community that feels safe for them because they're leaving their own worlds where they're stressed out or they're depressed or they're going through this or that, and they're attacking the fat chick. Everyone else in the world can be normal
The
humans
fat chick.
and make all the mistakes.
I didn't
and that's
realize we were in that Jack Black movie.
okay. Yes, there will be judgment, but like me, I will make the same mistakes and people will attack me for a decade about something I did a decade
Wait,
ago.
is Tommy Jack Black and Amberlynn is Gwyneth Paltrow when she's in the fat suit? Oh my gosh, it makes so much sense.
It's never going to change. I have to literally embrace it and accept it. What is something that you think isn't fair that the haters or reaction channels have done? So kind of like what I was talking about just now, they've created a whole community that thrives on talking badly.
They didn't create the community. You did. A lot of those people watched you before they started watching reaction channels. A lot of those people who started reaction channels watched you before they even did it. Like, what are you talking about? Zachary Michael used to be a big fan of yours. I think Karina used to seriously watch you. So did Alex's Shook. So did Jordy. I never watched you because I came in later. I started watching reaction channels and I thought Zachary was hard on her when I started watching. For reference, I thought Zach was hard on her. Oh my gosh.
About me. It's simply more than the typical like, oh, every YouTuber gets hate. It's way more than that. Have you had
Yeah, you're a
any
bad
VP
person.
episodes in your current relationship?
On
with
the
Tommy?
surface,
I
you're a
have.
bad person.
Yes.
You don't
Do
even
you bring
hide
food
it.
into the bedroom sexually? I don't. I think one time, like in a past relationship, I might have like licked whipped cream off of somebody. Are you having any negative thoughts towards starting semaglutide again? I am, because I don't like medicine. You guys know that. Like, I'm scared to take a simple ibuprofen sometimes. Like, my negative thoughts are very, what if something bad
Okay,
happens
flat
to my
earther.
pancreas? Or what if I do get thyroid cancer? Or what if I get really, really bad side effects? What if it kills me? Like, I literally
What
think the
if you
worst.
die
I
of
really
obesity?
do think that semaglutide is a great tool for me. So I shoved down those negative thoughts. And that's the very reason why that this is now the third time I've done it. And it's like, each time makes sense of why I stopped it. I never stopped it because I didn't enjoy it. Like, I genuinely loved being on semaglutide where it's
False.
like the food noise was gone.
You guys, it's making me so sick. I don't like it. You guys, it's not working now. I just upped my dose and it's not working immediately. As soon as I injected it, I'm not throwing up and losing weight. You guys.
Hungry. Like, that feeling is so nice. Like, I genuinely love it. I'm not gonna lie. And it's because like
I
every day
love
of my
feeling
life,
hungry.
since I was just a little girl, I've always
Nothing feels as good as hungry tastes.
turned to food. Like, that's just what I did. I always think about it, whether it's because I'm happy, so let's
Jesus
celebrate
Christ.
and eat, or I'm
I knew she was copying the Kardashians. Like, this is some Kardashian diet speak now.
so let's eat because I'm sad. Like, just, it's annoying. So it's nice not to feel that way because it's like, it's a new feeling. What was your first kiss like with Tommy, and who kissed who first? So the first time I ever met Tommy in person, she rented a Jeep, which is my favorite car. So she surprised me, and I was waiting outside of my apartment for her. She rolled up in the Jeep. She got out of the Jeep, and there's tons of cars and people. Like, I live in a very populated place. So I was expecting, you know, for us to just hug, but oh boy, did I want to kiss. But I am that girl pop. I don't really make the first move. I'm kind of like a shy little thing, and I really want.
No, she just expects other people to show their love for her. It's like she just expects praise for doing the bare minimum. That's what she expects for love as well. That just showing up means that somebody will bend over and eat her ass out.
Want my partner to make the first move. So I was not expecting it. She hugged me and then just like instantly kissed me. And it was like fireworks. It was magic. It was fire and hot and like,
Ew.
I loved it. It was perfect. Did you have sex with Tommy the first day that you met her in person? Yes,
Yes.
I did. Yes, I did.
I
He
told
wants
you
to marry
guys when she said that they met at the apartment. Remember in the vlog where they met outside, came into her apartment, took a nap, I believe is what she said, or like did something like that. And then they went out to eat. I was like, oh, they totally hooked up. I knew it. I called it.
Tommy. Oh, I'm marrying Tommy. Do you truly
Ew.
believe Zachary Michael needs you
Ew.
to maintain the amount of money he currently is making on YouTube?
Disgusting.
I love the way that this question is worded, because I don't think Zach needs me in the sense of like to keep his YouTube channel or to keep some views afloat. Nothing like that. Like, he doesn't need me in that sense. Like, he could post anything and get some views. I do stand by that. But
Some
with the amount of
views?
money that he is currently making, he needs me. He needs my videos. Yes, without a doubt, 100%. I do believe that. Like, it's just a really weird coincidence to me that like when I take weeks off and
It's so stupid that she doesn't understand that people can have talents and degrees and certifications that are so unrelated to her, and yet guarantee that you will earn money. She can't even imagine that because her mind is one track: food. She doesn't understand anything outside of that. Even filming her own vlogs, bare minimum in terms of engagement with her own technology that she's owned for years. She doesn't understand how to do anything to a high degree of any kind of proficiency. And yet she wants to lecture to other people about how they need her. Amberlynn, talent can't be bought. Class can't be bought. You found that out because you got the money that you always longed for from YouTube, but you can't do anything with it. You're stuck at home and you have no life ahead of you.
I've done it a few times recently. Let's hope that doesn't happen anytime soon. But it's just really weird to me that when I take weeks off, all of a sudden, Zachary Michael is going through mental health problems and he can't post and he doesn't know what to post and he doesn't feel motivated. Oh, but the minute Amberlynn Reid posts, there's his reaction. It's just, it doesn't make sense. Actually, yes, it does. He needs me. Do you strike reaction channels? I striked a couple reaction.
He was literally with Poe and his door was being painted. So he has stuff going on in his real life that he doesn't have to deal with you. And then he was having construction in his building too. So he couldn't film all the time. Maybe that plays a little part. Plus, Zach streams on Twitch almost daily. So he's making money over there too. He doesn't need you because he's literally on Twitch making bank just playing video games and talking. You can't imagine. Why don't you start a Twitch channel, Amber?
Reaction channels years ago. And I'm telling you, do not let any reaction channel lie to you, because I stopped watching a certain reaction channel. I'm not even going to say their name because they don't even deserve for me to say it. But
Is
there's
it the
a certain
ankle?
reaction channel out there that is making their audience believe that I am striking their channel. And I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm going to give you a little tea. When your channel is striked, you know exactly who did it.
Please get a dictionary, Amber. Please. Oh my gosh. Please, can we Billy Madison her and send her back to kindergarten so she can learn the alphabet first, and then she can go to 3rd grade and start to learn how to write sentences, please? Please.
Because it tells you who did it. So I think people need to start looking around a little bit and stop calling Amberlynn Reid the liar and look at their favorite reaction channels. They will do anything to make you dislike me because it validates their content and it keeps you coming back. Wow, you guys, I don't know.
Oh, that was for the ankle because he had a video that he said got taken down for copyright. And there was something in it. But I don't think that it was from her. I think it was music that was in it. And it got copyright struck by the owner. But that means that Amber's video was already demonetized for that very reason. So I don't think that she did it. I think that it was the actual copyright owner that did it. So Amberlynn is just being specious and weird.
How I did it, but I answered 100 questions. I hope
I don't know how I did it.
I personally am
I'm
exhausted.
so proud of
Now
myself.
I have so much to edit, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. I don't mind editing. Anyways, I love you guys, and I will.
Also, people were right. She did change her shirt and just record back to back. She just changed her shirt.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye, loser. Okie dokie. Let's read some comments. A shy person would make further videos and talk about their dainty bush that they haven't even been able to see in years. Ew. Wow, guys, I don't know how I did it. I sat on my couch for 30 minutes answering questions that nobody cared about and barely edited 4 videos. Exactly. that she wrote half the questions of. I'm going to hold a contest for the best art of myself. Your highly inflated ego is showing. Yeah, but there's a cash prize, as if. She won't be giving anybody cash prize. Your trauma is not your fault, but healing from it and taking ownership of the way it makes you treat others is absolutely your responsibility. That's exactly true. You can't, like, nobody asks to be traumatized at all. Nobody, ever. And yet, that's exactly what it seems like she was saying. The fact that you waddled to Zachary Michael's DMs for help, but now you're trashing them for their mental health is exactly why you get hate, Amber. Yep. Doesn't get what she wants, so now there's a tantrum. You can't wait. You can't weigh in because you're over the scale's 550 limit. That's a good theory. Because I was saying she's about 550, so yeah, maybe. BPD update, she's never going to see a therapist, but she's going to keep blaming it for her issues and maladaptive behaviors. Yep. Who's Tommy and why does he keep Who's Tommy and why does he keep calling you on the same afternoon of changing tops and rearranging pillows? Lol. Yeah, Emily called twice and it was the same day, but she was pretending like it was happening on different days. Are you going to get your pets microchipped? Yes, I am. Yes, you are. You haven't done so yet. Exactly. In the future, tomorrow, which never comes. Abusiveness deserves criticism. Yep. You shouldn't just go silently and let people do it to you. And they'll be the first ones to be like, leave me alone, my peace. Leave me alone. Just like Amber. Did you guys know that I was in foster care? I don't think I've ever mentioned it. Anyway, there's that's the reason for every shitty thing I've ever done. Eye roll. Yep. Learn your soft and gentle love's name. Even she said she has no idea why you call her Tommy. It's to throw off everybody so that they don't just keep saying Emily. But everybody's taken to saying Emily. You've been 5'1", 2, 2.5, 3, and 4. Interesting. She's like Mr. Inspecting. She's like an Inspector Gadget. You accusing ZM of having conveniently timed mental health issues to get out of filming? Be so for real. Such a low down dirty hypocrite. Yep. Coming on crying. Oh, you guys, I made a mistake, but it's all because of reaction channels, especially Jordy. Tommy is calling? Oh my god, really? Are you absolutely sure it's Tommy? My god. Shy little thing. It's not BPD, it's NPD. I don't know. That's what it came off like this time. It was really, really bad. She was like, all about me. I'm all that and 2 bags of chips. No apple. I think we'll call it that. Only subscribed and turned on notifications to say hi to the ankle. We'll call it there. Have a good one, and if you like this reaction, leave a like, subscribe, and leave a chili pepper in the comments. Talk to you later.